Coming up in this week's album review podcast.
Let's a round of applause, please, for the biggest hypocrite on the fucking podcast every time.
Thing is, I have an Ellie tattoo, and that's fine. I have another tattoo.
Child on your arm.
What 14-year-old girl?
14-year-old girl on your arm.
It is a 14-year-old girl.
There is a 14-year-old girl on your arm.
I will.
I really like. Oh, you've got to listen to it. Oh, please, listen to it. Oh, it's really good. I really like it. Apparently, as we get older, certain part of our brain shrink, making us racist. I don't believe this. I don't believe this. I changed my first favourite.
Oh, what, to Green Thumb? No.
Okay.
No, you could not.
Bro, literally old people, what were they contributing anyway other than being racist?
I can acknowledge that it was very bad. Lots of people died, but I was very young. I didn't understand it.
And they deserved it.
I didn't necessarily have any interest in some towers. Hello and welcome to Album Review, a podcast where we review albums and stuff. It's been so long I can't even remember how to do an intro. There's Joe, there's Aidan, there's Denver, and here's me, Will. And this week's album, or this 2 months album, is Post Malone.
Oh, wow.
Austin.
Wasn't expecting that.
Wow, we should have capitalised on the fact that this just came out when we picked it, but no, here we are, like a month later.
Really? Legitimately.
About the time this video comes out, it'll be
at least November. At least.
And I'm going to start it off with a bang, because I know it's only going to get worse from here. I think this is equally Post Malone's best album.
The best album.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, let's a round of applause, please, for the biggest hypocrite on the fucking podcast every time.
I think it is
can't keep getting away with this.
Joint best with Hollywood's Bleeding. I think it's equally as good. Equally has little issues.
No.
I fucking love it. Hands down.
I love you, Will. I love how biased you are.
That's not biased. I didn't like the album last time as much as time's gone on. As time's gone on, I've realised the last album wasn't as good.
As much.
I can't even remember the last album.
No,
what did you rate it? Well,
I'm pretty sure
pretty high, actually. It was pretty high. I won't lie, it was pretty high, right? But I still like the album, but I can acknowledge that this and Hollywood's Bleeding are basically perfection, so it's hard to get close to that anyway. This album's production is fantastic. It has his best writing. Yeah. It is the most him.
Yeah.
Judging by the fact it's probably named after him, there's probably a reason for that. It's the least like written to be popular, I feel. Like it's not.
Does that make it better, Will?
I feel like he's not writing for other people anymore. He's writing for himself, which I think is
pretentious, Bellend.
That's not pretentious. That's just like what the facts are the facts, and it's reached a point now. He's reached a point now where he can write what he wants now, and it's still fantastic.
So what was? So I'll stop you there.
Oh,
what was stopping him before? You say other people. You know, he's not writing for other people anymore.
His enemies.
Who are these other people?
No, I feel like in the past he kind of made stuff to be popular, whereas obviously now he's just popular anyway. And
he's got the money. He can just write for the love of it.
He can write for what he wants.
The Tinder swindler, though, and like he did actually have enemies, and that like he needed your money. He needed your money, didn't he? To be able to continue his alcohol addiction and drug habits, which he writes explicitly in this album about being sober.
Doesn't at one point he say in the album, "I'm gonna take a mushy," as in like a mushroom, and he calls it a mushy?
I think he means mashed potatoes.
Yeah, 100%.
I think I'm surprised he hasn't made an album yet about, you know, obviously the fact he faked his own death.
Did he?
Came back.
They're rival summers.
No, Chris.
You dare bring up his name. You say that? How dare you?
I don't know. I just think it's the most him, which I can appreciate because I love him, Daddy Posty. I also like that it's probably the most real of his albums. He's not pretending to be something else, and he's also wrote like so much about being a dad, so much about sorting his life out, and it's quite nice to see. It's quite wholesome in that sense, but equally the songs aren't just shit with that, which often happens with artists that keep going and keep releasing, and when they try and do something they'd actually like, hence probably Paramore, it kind of goes downhill.
Call out the commenters. Call out the commenter by name.
It goes downhill. This has stayed at a very consistently good level, I would say. Yes, Joe?
I have a question.
Yes.
How bad would Post Malone's actions have to be for you to get your tattoo removed?
That's an interesting question, Joe, because in my eyes, Post Malone...
I think he would probably have to be sucked off by his door in Amsterdam, to be honest.
I was literally going to say that.
Topical.
No, that would be all right. It's if, like, there was another... No, it wouldn't. I don't know where I was going with that.
That's okay.
That's okay.
That's
no, I don't know. I don't know what he'd have to do. Probably something
what
quite
would cause you to be embarrassed by it? Like, you know,
I think if he was a real Jimmy Savile,
yeah,
he'd have to do the rape.
So if he was a nonce, like,
if he was a nonce, yeah. But
what if he was just somebody that sexually assaulted people?
I don't know.
like Rex Orange County.
Like, you know, oh god, Jesus.
Obviously, anything that would be bad would completely change my entire opinion on him. But it which would be awful. I don't think that would be honestly like the saddest thing, and it would break my heart. But
I don't know if it would.
It would. I love him.
No, I just mean there have been worse things to happen in life, you know? Like 9/11, for instance, that was pretty bad.
Post Malone's downfall is the worst thing to happen in life.
What's worse? Post Malone being like a sex offender, right, or the deaths of many people.
This is going to sound controversial, right? I didn't. I had no feelings. Right? No. Let's repeat.
You were like 3 years old, Will.
Right. First, like no. I can acknowledge that it was very bad. Lots of people died, but I was very young. I didn't understand it.
And they deserved it.
I didn't necessarily have any interest in some towers.
What even are they?
Whereas Post Malone, I love him.
He saved me.
He saved me, guys.
Did Post Malone?
No, obviously I joke. It'd just be really shit, and I'd be devastated. But
yeah, but there is like a weird part of me that wants that to happen. Just
yeah, like
that is awful. That's even worse.
It'd be awful for Post Malone, but just to see you fucking devastated because of the tattoo.
Why would you want that?
I want it to happen.
What if they like
Post Malone
on the flip side? What if, Joe, they made Ellie like really bad?
Oh, they already did that, didn't they? They already did Last of Us 2.
Like how? Okay, what more has to happen to Ellie for you to get that tattoo removed? Or are you like thinking of getting it removed anyway?
I was gonna say, yeah.
I mean,
what about Endurance of Hive?
I mean, that one's still there.
That's iconic now, though.
Fucking
great
tattoo.
You should get the iron ball tattooed onto you.
The thing is, though,
just an iron.
The thing is, I have an Ellie tattoo, and that's fine. I have another tattoo.
Child on your arm. 14-year-old girl on your arm.
It is a 14-year-old girl.
There is a 14-year-old girl on your arm.
What do you mean? Yeah, but you did say yes.
I wanted Joel there. I was too socially awkward. But
you still said yes.
But the issue is I don't revolve my whole personality around the tattoo.
But Will does about Post Malone.
His whole personality is his Post Malone tattoo.
No, it's not.
All right. No, bye then.
Okay, bye.
Where are you going?
Who's this gone?
Wait, we can just leave?
Wait, what did he point at?
I think he was pointing out
the door.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is that? That's not. Oh, that's not the reason he's. Anyway, my whole personality is not based off of my fucking tattoo, Joe. I barely bring it up. In fact, everyone else brings it up now, so I forget I have tattoos. Honestly.
I wish I had more.
Yeah, I do wish I had more.
You need more.
I do.
I honestly think you would look sick with a face tattoo right now.
I'm getting one.
Just
I'm back already.
There you go.
I think I'm probably going to get Post Malone face over my face.
Yeah.
And he's got what is it, very tired or whatever.
Always tired.
I'm going to get it even more tired under mine.
What about really always awake, but on the
eyelids? So you're only seeing them when your eyes are closed. And then I asked the tattoo artist to put pinholes in both my eyes, so I'm never fully.
so you can always see through.
You can always see just a little bit.
Fuck's sake. So this album, I think.
Oh yeah.
Is great.
It's best,
fantastic. Yeah. Joint best with Hollywood's Bleeding. Equally has I do think it has the best production again, some of its best writing, the most relatable in a way.
So relatable.
But and I think the songs just absolutely bang. Worst for me is Speedometer. I just don't like I just don't like the tone of that song. I find it's quite boring.
Speedometer.
I just think like I say, it's quite boring. It's kind of vibey. I like it more now that I've listened to the album a lot of times. But when I first listened to it, it was just really... It stood out of just being shit amongst a lot of great songs in my eyes. But that's my worst. Other close to that was probably Texas Tea. Just not entirely sure on the tone of that. But again, growing on me. I just think as well, the pacing of this album was very good. I think the way songs came in was good. Yeah. It always made you have something to look forward to. I think the start was fantastic, a great way to go into the album. And I think the end was amazing. Obviously, because we're not doing the deluxe, we're just doing the normal, right?
Yeah.
Because Laugh It Off.
How does that end?
Laugh It Off is the way the normal one ends. Deluxe ends with Joy. Which was alright. Joy was alright, but that's not in this album. So, but Laugh It Off was fantastic. One of probably his best end to an album, I would say.
Joe, your arm looks like a baguette right now.
I was just looking at that. I was thinking, oh, that muscle.
Tasty, bro.
That's a baguette.
That muscle, bro.
It's a whole ass
baguette.
Oh,
is that just the fact that you've rolled it out from?
Oh, it's gone.
That muscle tone. This guy. Top three's hard because I like so many of them, but I think they could probably change on another day. Especially considering I think they've changed so much in this month and a half of listening to it. I don't know if anyone else felt that way. But I'm going to go with third for me was Chemical. Just because as much as it's probably the most played, because obviously it was I don't know if it's his only No, it wasn't. He had 4 singles. But it's the first and it was just fantastic and it got you straight into the album. But again, very different. And that's another thing this album has, variety. There's slow songs, there's fast songs, there's happy songs. Fuck you. And that one was particularly happy. Loved the music video. Very boppy. Such a vibe. Just makes you feel good.
I agree with you. The album does have variety.
Just makes you feel in a great mood.
Lots of different Post Malone styles.
Exactly.
You're kind of getting all in one with this album. You get
very
his
much.
Stuff, you get his newer stuff. You get the slow acoustic-y one. You get a good variety. I'll agree with you on that one, Will.
No, I would agree.
The
last album very much lacked acoustic because all his others had the first one had fuck, what was it called? The one that
Fake Fan.
Oh my god, what was the song, the really slow one on the first one called? Someone help me. Aidan, you know it.
White Ivory.
No. Feeling Whitney. that was
Feeling White Iverson.
Feeling Whitney, which is fantastic. That was the only acoustic one on that one. And then on Beer Pongs and Bentleys, he had Stay, also great, but also the only acoustic on that album. And then Hollywood's Bleeding kind of had, I don't know if you'd class Circles as an acoustic. It kind of wasn't. There kind of wasn't. It was a bop.
Yeah.
I feel like there was a slower song on that.
I mean, it starts off with that acoustic bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and then there's the album after that, which everyone thought was a bit shitter. Didn't have any of them on there. No acoustic.
Like, no real good songs.
Some good songs, but no acoustic. And then this one had lots of acoustic, which was fantastic. Which is what I wanted.
I
think variety. That suits his style the most. Does suit his style the most. Even though sometimes I wish he'd sang it a bit different on some of these acoustic songs.
You see, I completely disagree. I think his voice is awful with acoustic.
It's awful. It's dog water.
Like, I think this album does not play to his strengths at all. I think he has a unique voice, but played on its own with acoustic, it just like, I don't think it's unique and different, but I don't think it's good.
Damn, there's controversy for you. Because I'm the other side of the table. I think when he slows his voice down and starts putting that rawness and that emotion into it, which he lacks in the kind of more poppy, rappy songs, I feel it more. I feel engaged.
It worked on some of the other albums because it was like the odd song. Whereas to me, this feels like his voice and his style is very exposed on most of the songs. Like there's not too much other production going on. It's a lot of post and the song, with simple elements. And I feel like with just post with simple elements, I feel like it gets exposes it a bit too much. So it meant that a lot of the songs, I was like, they're kind of okay, but I feel like this would be better if it was just made grander and bigger and had more. Not like I wouldn't say the production is poor on this. There just isn't a lot of it. Like, or if there is, it's simple. It's like very mellow production.
Sure.
They're not compared to like Hollywood's Bleeding, where like so many songs, all the songs had like stuff going on other than the odd song, if you know what I mean. And even his older stuff, like it was him. There'd be some like core musical theme, and then he would sing on top. Whereas I feel like the musical theme and his voice are kind of more one in this album. But I think that it doesn't, in my eyes, play to his strengths. I don't think he's that great of an individual singer. Of just like I wouldn't like to hear Post Malone do covers of like other standout solo artists.
Oh, see, that's where you're wrong. Because Post Malone's only really good songs are when he does covers of acoustic yeehaw cowboy-like songs.
See, maybe that's different though, because
he really has the voice for that, and I wish he did an album of just that.
Like maybe that's it. Maybe it's the style. Like he almost needs to go more with it.
I think he needs to stop making music that he wants to make.
Yeah,
because
maybe.
what he wants to make is wank.
No!
So many, to me, so many of like the core things that you'd almost like score an album about. Like the pacing, I think, is really good. I think there is the variety there. Like I think it feels like an album. It doesn't feel like he's necessarily just picked his. So, like, how many songs is there? Like, fucking 17? Some shit. There's quite a lot of songs. It's a bit too long for me.
It is very long. 17, yeah.
Especially when you're not, when I'm not a massive fan of this style. Yeah, 17 songs.
What is that unnecessary dig?
It's because he was doing that.
Was he? That was literally the villain of album review. Bit too long for me.
It's like, yeah. To me, like the album was made well, but I just don't think he's that good doing this style. So I think that's what hurts the album to me. And to me, the best songs were the ones that had old album levels of production on them.
Again, I'm the other side of the coin because I know he released a couple of videos on YouTube which are even further stripped down versions of these songs where it's kind of just him and a guitar. And I actually preferred those over the ones on the album.
Like Green Thumb.
I am another side of another coin, right? In that I only listen to guitar tabs of the song, so he's not singing them. And those are much better.
You listen to the tabs of the song, like you go on
Fucking
look at them.
I run my fingers across it, and I'm like, wow.
He actually just looks at the notation and just sort of goes like,
The song would be really ruined by some guy, I imagine.
I like what you said about actually, even though I said I didn't think he would work so with the covers or whatever. I don't know. I'm going this. I really like the one he did with. Is it Noah Khan?
Yeah,
the one who did Stick Season.
Oh, it's very good.
Child Drunk. Yeah, but like,
I agree
that the Post Malone version was way worse.
It makes it better. It adds contrast.
No, it doesn't.
Because I do think Post Malone's voice is unique. Like I say, unique doesn't necessarily make it good.
Oh, it's
but when
better.
it's used as like a spice with another artist, I think Post works really well in that situation. In fact, most songs that I've seen Post feature on other things, I think that is like a better version of the song. Even though I think Post on his own isn't necessarily the best artist. Damn. It's like Paprika. If you just had a pile of paprika, it's not fucking great. But you add it to your chips and you're like, oh, these are better.
Post Malone just makes things better. As
I said, if Post Malone was a spice, he'd be milk.
So what you're saying is
not it.
I fucking love milk.
That's what I mean. You got a good steak and chips. What am I going to add to this? Milk.
So
stop putting Post Malone on things.
So what you're saying, Denver, is that Post Malone is not a main dish. He can only be used as seasoning to be a good.
Possibly because like
you can't have a full plate of salt. Post Malone is salt.
Post Malone is seasoning, so I feel like the core sound of the song has to drive, and then Post is on top, not the two together. I don't know if Post has worked with like many DJs or whatever, but I quite like to. I bet that would work quite well if a DJ came up with like some dance track and then had Post Malone.
Have you not heard Jackie Chan?
Yes, I fucking love that song.
That was really good.
It was like the first Post Malone song I liked.
That's a really good song.
Even though it's not even a Post Malone song. But
Steve Aoki, wasn't it? Steve Aoki?
There was a lot of artists in that, though, wasn't it? It was like each of them only did like a verse each.
He was great. So, you're very welcome to your opinion. And I've tried so hard to bite my tongue. No, I'm trying to be more, get less angry. Okay.
You're trying?
I'm really trying. I think I've done quite well. This, I can see it because his voice is, like you say, it's the most standout in this album than any other album because it doesn't rely on the stuff in the background as much. So if you didn't like it as much, 100% I'd get why that would be an issue for you. And there's certain things like Green Thumb, which is what I was going before. Like he does a cover, not a cover. He does his like live version of that on YouTube, and he sings it better on that than he does on this album. And I'm kind of like, why didn't you sing it like that on this? Because it makes the song better, and he sings it more like raspy and stuff. Whereas on this album, is a bit more like high pitched and stuff. And it I was like, why haven't you done that? But anyway, still a good song.
Your imperfections are what makes you.
But anyway, second.
You've taken me away, Will, because you're being very diplomatic, and you've.
I'm trying to just not get angry, but everyone's welcome to their opinion. I understand that I just love Post Malone anyway. Second, for me,
biased,
is Nova Candy. Fucking love the song.
Give me Nova
it hits every time. Why is every song that is like called Nova Candy always a great song? Like, there's so many great songs. Green Day do a good song called Nova Candy. Actually, no, it's not. It's called Novocaine. Novocaine.
Yeah,
why does everything that starts with Nova a good song?
That's a great song, though.
Nova and more,
better than Nova Candy.
No, it's not.
No, hold on. Both of those songs are kind of ass.
No, I don't know how Novocaine is fucking great.
The Green Day song Novocaine.
Yeah, that's a great song.
Since when do you like that song?
Nobody does.
Give me Novocaine. True, we've done that album that it's on, and you shit on that album, and now you're saying that you like that.
That's a good song.
They released a new song today, by the way. Anyway,
who did? Green Day.
Yeah. It's called called The American Dream Kill Myself or something. I can't remember what it's called. It's definitely not called that. Second was Nova Candy. I just thought it was another boppy, vibey song. Very much a big fan. But first, for me, was Laugh It Off. I absolutely love that song. I love that it has like all the elements of this album, a bit of his old stuff, a bit of his new stuff. It has the acoustic in it, and it has like this big build up, and then he shows like his best vocals at the end, and it's like such a fucking good end to the album. And it just makes me want to listen to the album again because it gets me hyped. And I love the guitar solo in it, which I should also go on by saying that I think it's the first album that he's done where he played guitar on every song, which is probably why, again, there's a lot of acoustic stuff as well. But no. Also, his first album with no features, which was interesting. Not sure. Which I quite liked. That there wasn't. But then there's, I think, I don't know if that makes it lack something or not. I don't know. Because a lot of the time he just gets in like these rappers. And sometimes I think they ruin it because they tend to be like monotone rappers. But other times he's got in like some, like on Hollywood's Bleeding, I feel like all the features are good on that. Anyway, it's a good album. Love it. Honourable mentions, there's loads, to be honest. Enough is Enough is fantastic, but where I saw them sing that live and there was a bit of a call and response thing in it when he gets people to clap, and it's not in the song, and it made me mad because it sounds really good when they do the call and response clapping. So it had to not be in my top 3, even though it's still a good song. Morning, which I know.
Sorry, it is not in your top 3 because there's no audience participation.
No, right. When you go and listen to him perform that live, right, 3/4 of the way through the song, he just sings on his own, and they're like clapping to him. And I feel like you could have included that, obviously, with better production in the album, and it would have added to that song. But it doesn't. It completely skips that bit, and I was like, oh, I wish that was in there because it sounds great.
Why don't you just message him, lad?
I might
to make one just for you.
Speaking of messaging people, time.
No. No, ruined the bit. Fuck's sake. Anyway,
sorry.
Morning was another honourable mention.
I forgot about that.
And probably most of the other songs, but they were the best. I loved it. Great album.
What's interesting is we clearly, obviously, disagree on elements of this, but I think nothing is more evident than all your picks are almost polar opposite to mine. Like, the reasons you like things is the reason I dislike them.
Wow.
Interesting.
What a divide.
Because, like, almost every single one you were mentioning, I was like, that's one of my least favourites on the album.
What a divide.
Apart from the one you said was your least favourite, and I was like, oh, I thought that was decent.
Speedometer. Oh.
Speedometer.
I thought Speedometer was okay.
I thought it was quite catchy and a bit boppy.
Speedometer.
It's not in my top 3, mine, but no, you know, it was in the contention.
The contention.
Contention.
Is it me?
Yeah,
it's Joe.
It is.
Hello. I really like this album. Yay! Yay! This is my favourite Post Malone album.
No.
Whether that will be reflected in my rating, I don't know, because I can't remember what I rated the rest of them. But this is definitely my favourite Post Malone album.
I will.
I really like.
I'll take that as a compliment, to be honest.
Every time.
Yeah,
I was going to ask more like it.
well, Joe, if it's any consolation, the last 2 Post Malone albums we've done, so I was Bleeding and the more recent one, you both gave 8s.
Okay. I've grown to like Post Malone through every album that we've done, more and more.
Big Force.
Yeah, I still feel disgusted whenever Will wants to show me it, even though I still end up liking it.
You've actually never given Post Malone a bad rating.
I think I might have done it on the first one.
The very first one, you gave a 6.5.
So that's not great.
He has no bad albums.
I've never hated Post Malone, but I just have this
innate,
this innate anger, and just my body's reaction is to throw up whenever Will says, "Hey, I want to show you
much." You know what I mean?
But then I listen to it, and
he does. Like he over what do you call it?
He doesn't mean really, because he goes, "Oh, you've got to listen to it. Oh, please, listen to it. Oh, it's really good. I really like it." And Will's
just like, "Oh my god!"
Bearing in mind, this prick shows. It gives. Hang on, Joe. Fucking every time he wants to listen to a bit of metal, which is all the fucking time he gets me to listen to metal, even if he knows I'm going to hate it. I never complain, you son of a bitch. So don't you dare! Don't you dare!
No, you just don't listen to it and go, "Yeah, that's all right, mate."
The amount of times I've said, "Will, like a song I've made," and I'm like, "What do you think to this?" And I look at the time and I think, "Well, it's at least going to take him 2 minutes to listen to the song." And he replies in 10 seconds, going, "Oh yeah, that's really good." And I'm like, "You didn't fucking listen to it."
Right, that was a few years back. That was a few years back.
It was a few years back, and it stuck with me. It scarred me.
But every metal song you show me all the time now, I listen to. I never complain.
Yeah, you quite like them now. That's why I only show you ones that I think you'll like.
That's what I mean. You two are just like fucking touching tips at this point. It's not even to do with actually how good albums are. It's just who can suck each other off the hardest in album review. Like that's all it is.
In Amsterdam.
I literally just shouted for 2 minutes.
I
know. But anyway, I can't help it. Look, what do you want me to say? Right, I didn't like the album. I'm lying.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean? You know what do you want me to say? I'm just saying my opinion.
Listen, Joe. All right, who are you trying to convince here? Because you're not convincing me. You're convincing yourself. Because
I'm in denial.
I only speak 100% truth all the time.
I don't believe you.
All the time.
You were the most annoying imposter on Among Us, because it was just loudest voice in the room. Aidan, of course, is telling the truth. No, everyone believes it every time. Part
of playing Among Us was when Aidan would guess it was me early on and just help me just to incite chaos.
I quite enjoy it Among Us.
Someone would like Michael would blatantly see me and be like, "It's Denver," and Aidan would go like, No, it's Michael."
Denver was with me the whole time. It must be Michael.
I never knew that happened.
Yeah. I was a dick.
I do miss those few Among Us days. You know, that's like peak COVID right there.
It was peak COVID.
Mate, don't get me started. I'll start crying again. Peak COVID was like the happiest days of my life. All the gang was on. You know what I mean? Like playing games.
Half the population's gone.
People were dying. People were dying.
Bro, literally old people. What were they contributing anyway other than being racist?
Oh my god!
Was it just old people?
I wonder if,
young people too, and they were going to grow up to be racist.
Oh my god!
You're saying all old people turn out racist?
Yes,
most do.
I wonder
if this is a statistic.
No, it's because of where they were. Like, it's because that's what the thing was when they were younger. I don't think they grow up to be racist. They were racist always because that's what the culture was.
It's ingrained into you as a child.
The more important thing about old people is they are the stubbornest people and will not change their opinion on anything. So if they get an opinion, it sticks.
Wow, who does that sound like?
And
Aidan
talking
Wells.
Of racism, Joe, what was your least favourite?
I haven't even said anything about the album yet.
Well, you said you liked it. You said you suck Will off. That's what I heard.
I heard both of those things.
I did too.
Josie imposter.
on a regular basis.
Is Joe Googling?
I am trying to find a statistic. Apparently, as time has gone on, we're becoming more of a racist population as elderly. Like, there's more racist elderly people than there ever was.
That's what I mean. We need more elderly people than ever.
Apparently, as we get older, certain part of our brain shrink, making us racist. I don't believe this. I don't believe this.
One day you just wake up and you're a racist.
I'm 89 and I wake up and I'm like, God, I hate this.
Thing is, though, right?
I've got the perfect clip now.
It's inevitable. Racism is an inevitable fact of growing old.
I feel like the science behind that extends more than just race, though. Because, you know, like, old people just hate different and change, don't they?
Yeah.
Like, if some new neighbor moves in who they don't like, that's the thing they hate most. It's not necessarily like they're 89 and they're just a hardcore racist.
They flip the switch on the racism and that's it. Boom.
Oh, fuck. That got me.
I want to know the scientific research behind your brain treat, and because of that, you're racist.
Next time the Jehovah's Witnesses come to my door, I'll ask him, why did God make us have a racist switch?
And you got to ask him. They should know. They're the experts.
Yeah. The experts, yeah.
No, they've clocked on to me now. They always send young women. Jehovah's Witnesses.
I'm sending this to your girlfriend.
This website's also saying that racism is subjective.
Okay. So it's not racism isn't even racism.
It's up to the young people whether they take the elderly remarks as malicious or not.
They are.
It's showing like a far right website right now.
This is on Business Insider.
Anyway, conservative.
Anyway, so I really like Post Malone in this album. I love all the acoustic-y songs. Wish he'd done more of that in the past, and then I think I'd be a big fan. I don't really class myself a fan of Post Malone, although I do enjoy. I added a few of these songs onto my playlist for this year, so it's a win.
Sure.
My least favorite song was Texas Tea. Thought it was the only song I listened to, and thought this is fucking wank. So I didn't enjoy that song. Actually, physically, it pains me to listen to that one. Oh shit! I'm trying to put the album up so I can look at all the other song names as well. My third favorite song was "Laugh It Off." I think that is such a fucking meaningful, powerful.
Bruce casting a spell.
What's with the villain art
Magical.
The boy who left.
I just like that song. I think it's really cute. It's a cute song.
Which one was this? Sorry,
Laugh It Off.
Very cutesy song. I like
Laugh It Off.
Good. It's very, very, very nice to listen to. My Get Up in the Morning song, and like on it, it's sick if you're driving on a rainy day.
AC/DC Back in Black.
That's the one. Oh, shit, it's not on this album, is it?
Oh,
you fucked it again. You listened to the wrong album.
Listen to the wrong album. I was listening to AC/DC.
So true.
But Morning. That is my second favourite. It is such a chill song. And it's the most like lo-fi. I like a good lo-fi out of a lot of them. And I just find that really chill to get up in the morning. It motivates me, gets my energy going. It's good. But
it's spelled like your morning, though.
As in sad. Yeah, like you're mourning someone who's dead.
Bit of a play on words.
It is a play on words.
Or do you think it's just an Americanism?
It's a play on words.
Probably both. Sorry, do you know this for certain? Did you ask him?
Do you know him?
Oh, there is definitely a play on words.
I saw a thing on a podcast today where it was Americans arguing why Fahrenheit is better for measuring temperature than Celsius.
I love people that say that. It's so stupid.
And this was their logic. They're like, Fahrenheit's better because when it's 70 degrees Fahrenheit, it's 70% hot.
Oh, is that how it works, is it?
When it's 40
What's
Fahrenheit,
the baseline?
it's 40% hot.
Right.
It's like, wow.
Again, isn't 40 Fahrenheit like not that hot? 40 Fahrenheit's
I think like 32 is it Fahrenheit
degrees.
or something. That's 0 Celsius.
Oh, is it? So like 40 degrees is really cold.
Or is 0 the point? Does it meet the same?
No, it does not meet the same. I'm pretty sure 30 is like 0 in Fahrenheit. Why are we talking about Fahrenheit?
Americanisms.
I don't know how you spell Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit to Celsius. Yes, 32 Fahrenheit is 0 degrees Celsius.
What?
It was because it's not spelled like height, is it? It's spelled in like the German way. So height. Germans sound loud.
Funny.
What's your second favourite, Joe?
That's what I just said. My favourite, my first favourite, my only favourite
Morning
is Overdrive.
No way.
Really?
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, you know, that's okay.
But I think, okay, listen, hear me out.
Because Overdrive was all right.
Yes, I know it's like, it's a good song, but like there might be others that take the thing. I think generally watching the YouTube version of this song enhanced it so much for me that I became biased. Because he sings it.
That's the word of today, ladies and gents. Biased.
He sings it
Biased
so
reviewing.
well on the YouTube version, better than this. But then you come back and listen to this, and it just reminds you of it, and it just sounds amazing. And I really like this. I really like the song. I just really like the song. Okay.
No,
it's a fantastic song.
I would go as far as to say that one is the least good on the album.
What, the worst?
I would say that, yes.
Oh my god, no way is that your
Yeah, I would say that. But you'll have to wait for my review to find it out. But it is.
I think it's a great song.
So boring.
Great song.
Absolute nothing song.
No.
Yes.
No. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, to be honest, that top three, except for Morning, maybe, you could probably exchange a few. I really like Landmine. I really like Green Thumb.
I like how the one you wouldn't change was your second favourite.
Yeah. Because Morning is one of those songs that it's so short.
Oh,
like,
I thought I was going to say shit then.
It's
like
so
the old
short,
switcheroo.
and it's such a kind of like nothing to it. It's just I just like appreciate the energy. And
so it was always going to the top three, but it was never the favourite.
But it was never the favourite, just because I more appreciate the energy it gives me and the feeling it gives me than the actual song itself. And I know that's a really weird and convoluted reason why it's not my favourite.
Bro, you trying to say convoluted.
But there's no other song on the album that would replace the feeling that song gives me. But it's not the best song on the album.
Got you.
Wow.
Respect.
Stupid.
So yeah, I mean, in conclusion, I think he's at his best singing wise. He really shows off his range a bit more, shows off his emotion a bit more, and I think this is the most personable Post Malone album.
Personal.
Today. Personable.
Is that a word?
I don't know if that's a word.
It is.
Run it back.
Dictionary it.
Okay.
There you go. It's short and sweet. Yep, good.
Thanks, Joe.
No
Personable.
problem.
Having a pleasant appearance and manner. Sorry.
Sorry, the album had a pleasant appearance and or manner.
That's definitely what Joe meant.
There's other meanings.
That's the only meaning.
Run it. Oh,
It means
Joe.
like it's the most relatable sort of thing.
I don't know if that's what that means. We've just checked it. We've just run it back.
I mean, there's
You meant personal, Joe, didn't you?
Typed, does personable mean relatable?
There's other things. You know,
Like
since the 1800s and to 2019, there's been a fluctuation of different meanings for that.
Oh, fuck my life.
What's that then? No, let's hear it, please.
You know, like a personal person can be someone who's outgoing, charming, nice, bubbly, pleasing, or generous.
Does that go with anything you were trying to say towards the album?
I think this album is generous, bubbly, nice.
It's certainly generous. It
gives
gives you too much.
It's just, I don't know. Anyway, go on. Out with it.
What's Devin's review?
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't sound happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to find the point at which Celsius and degrees were the same.
What a life, man.
Polarity -40. That's where they're the same.
It's the only time that they're the same.
Yeah. They're not even... Yeah, that's the only time they're the same. Everything else is just a scale different. It's like nearly twice as much.
Just like our military funding, twice as much as the next highest. Amen, brother.
So
Malone.
yes, I sort of said most of my points during Will's review in terms of that. I just felt like the rawness didn't suit his voice really. I felt like the album was generally like it was an odd feeling for me because I was nearly going to rate it way lower than I did because I just didn't really like almost any of the songs. But the more I listened to it, I was like, and it probably was actually helped by the fact that I was then listening to other songs, like other albums, and I was like, this album doesn't have like the lows of other albums, but it also doesn't have the highs. Like there just aren't enough songs that I really like. Arguably, I would say there is only one song I really like. And even then, it's like a 7 or 8 out of 10 at best. Everything else is almost like way below. It's kind of almost backing music level, where I'm like, it's pleasant to have on in the background, but the song doesn't drive me.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree more. Dever took all the words out of my mouth that I was never going to say because I was just going to be a dick about it for the review's sake. But like, that is exactly exactly what I mean.
I get that. I mean, I think this album, like you said, like I explained about how it made me feel. I think if you don't get those feelings from the album, then you get that kind of
because it does have a very like I'd say like good flow, but I didn't enjoy the ride. So it's like, yeah, I'm constantly progressing forward, but I don't really like any of it. So yeah, it was a very basic feel for me.
Like a mini mine train, but with no ups or downs. It's just a NASCAR track.
Darn it!
What a Denver way of explaining things.
Thank you.
I thought, yeah, I was a little bit disappointed, really. But I kind of went in not knowing. Like before we got this album, Will, I remember put in the chat like some clips from the singles. I think that hadn't been released, and even then, at the time, I was like, "Well, these don't." Other than barring one, which still turned out to be my favorite, I was like, "Oh, I'm not overly excited for any of these, really." And then, hence, the album didn't really stand out either. Least favorite was "Laugh It Off." I kind of just thought it was
What?
Like I didn't feel anything about that song. It was just I felt like I had no redeeming feature that I thought stood out. It was just meh. In a sea of meh. And it almost just because it was like
Will's dead.
I don't know. Just didn't. I think it's not me picking Laugh It Off definitely isn't that's definitely the worst one. But it's that's one of the worst ones in a sea of worst ones.
Look at him. He looks like a deflated balloon.
My camera's
At the time
died.
I'm doing the review of my least favourites, that's the one I picked.
Did he say his camera's died? Yeah, his camera's died.
My camera's died, but I feel like it symbols so well what I'm going to feel for the rest of these reviews, so I might just leave it.
I was like, wait, it's not blinking.
Bro, it's just, he's reached a catatonic state of disappointment where he doesn't blink or breathe. He's just flat.
Fucking brilliant.
This is me now.
This is me forever.
The
POV, me when Michael misses the 15th shot in pro clubs and still blames us.
My third favourite was Buyers Beware.
Oh, okay.
Just thought it was a bit more of a funky synthy song.
Isn't that the one that sounds like City of Stars at the beginning?
Dude. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Mm.
And then my second favourite, I don't even is Sign Me Up. A bit more upbeat. Again, it's just I feel like these were the songs that had the most like ignoring his voice, the song alone would be like the music would be most interesting without his voice. And by far the best one to me, but just because it feels grand and awesome, is something real.
I knew it.
I don't even remember.
It's just so much better than everything else. Like, doubly better than everything else.
Oh, it's that one. See, I don't like that song.
Like, to me, like, that just...
I love that song.
Because, like, Don't Understand was okay. It was sort of a raw, exposed song. And slow. And I thought, oh, is this like... That's one of the few Post Malone songs like this. And then, bam, something real. Like, yes, this is more like the kind of big song I want from Post Malone. And then that was like the only one. And so I was just like, and it's a long album. And when your favorite song is second on the list, it makes it feel longer because you're like, well, now I've got like 55 minutes of album that I'm not enjoying that much. But as I say, do not get me wrong, even though I did not like the album, I do not think it is a badly made album. I just didn't like the style. Like I felt like it was paced well. I felt like the lyrics and things were good. The production, while simpler than his other stuff, was still good. I just didn't like it that much. So that's my review, really.
Awesome. Ah, fucking hell. Are we ready for it, Will?
I again, keeping this face.
Ready for it, Will?
Keeping this face. Keeping this face.
This album was a lot like the Boston bombings.
Right, already, just look at my picture.
It started well and technically ended well, but there was some trouble in the middle.
I feel like that's a bad analogy because like I felt like that would have been, you know, at least something happened.
What I mean to say is I didn't enjoy the middle of the Boston bombings.
But you enjoyed the start.
You enjoyed it
because they started racing, and then the end was somebody finished. I mean, it was their leg, but they finished.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Oh dear.
This better analogy is kind of like a donut in that, like, there's shit all around it, and then there's just nothing in the middle. Nothing at all.
I mean, yeah, you're welcome to that.
So,
opinion.
are you saying in terms of the start and the middle and the?
Yeah, I like this. I like the start. I like the end.
Because I feel like
the middle, really.
Because I feel like this album was a mix, like of, yeah, it would be good for a bit, and then be shit for a bit, then be good for a bit, then be shit for a bit.
So I think when I say this, I can narrow it down to numbers, if you like. First 3 songs, yeah. Final sort of 3 songs, yeah. Kind of chod.
Wow. There's some bangers in there, though.
Where?
Overdrive.
No. Least favourite. You've segued me, Joe. Overdrive.
How is that your least favourite?
So boring. Every time it comes on, you're just swaying around like this. It's like, you run out in overdrive. And I'm like, oh.
I bet. See, you say that, but I bet you can't fucking remember any of the other songs because that one's catchy.
Yeah, it is catchy for the wrong reasons, Joe. All right? I can remember all of the lyrics to Wet Leg Chaise Long. That's not a good thing.
True. I give you that.
At all. So Overdrive was like my least favorite. Mainly, it's just when, like, because obviously I listened to it alone, and then I stopped listening to it when we kept putting off album review. So whatever, fuck it, I'll listen to good music for a bit. And then when I came back to it for the last couple of days, coming back to it and listening and stuff, I was a bit like flicking through them and stuff. I was like, this is the only one that just immediately stands out to me as fucking annoying.
Oh.
Like, it like aggravates me that that's a song. Will spoke a lot about him as a person and how he personally made this album for himself and the music that he writes. I think he should have writers again. But although this album is slightly better than the last album, it is still worse than the album before that, if you get me.
Completely agree.
Like, it's definitely a step in the right direction, but anything could have been better than that last album because there was just nothing about it at all. At least this one has some good songs on it. So for me, third favourite, Chemical.
Oh,
big fan.
I must have completely missed Lee's favourite.
Overdrive.
I was Overdrive. Sorry, I just thought you were like casually mentioning Overdrive. I didn't realize.
Well, no, I don't. You know me. I don't casually mention anything. right? I just brought up Boston Bombings in an album review.
Casually.
I love how the picture
really
of Will is.
casually.
He's just so disinterested to listen to what is happening.
I might not even be here. You wouldn't know. Headphones are.
Don't blame you, to be fair.
Just making a cup of tea.
So yeah, third favourite, Chemical. Probably my favourite thing to drink in a science cupboard. Big fan.
Nice.
Song was alright sometimes. That's the one that's them, like, that was the one where I kept seeing memes about it, of Post Malone being like, you know, I was just being outside, I was being happy, man. I was living my life. And then that song would come on, and I was like, man, this song kind of sucks. Ass. Oh, he's coming back.
Is he?
No, I mean, to be fair, his camera's not even working anyway.
Now.
Hang on.
Will, what do you think? Oh, he's gone. Oh, there it is. Wow, look at that. Next time I'm around your house, I'm going to swallow that.
Oh, truck.
Ford F-150.
Ford F-150.
Did you have that ready for when your camera was turned back on? Like you were ready to show
This is the thumbnail.
No, don't. You're not in control of that.
I just wondered if I had a gun, like an airsoft gun nearby to make my own thumbnail, but I was like, that we'd probably get banned immediately on Twitch.
It's just your thumbnail, it's just there.
So
yeah. Second
maybe not if it was that
me.
revolver.
Oh, yeah, true. Maybe. Second favourite for me was Something Real. Big hype, big pumpy pump. Ooh, do.
Has Will crashed again?
Yeah, I think so.
Holding the album.
No,
no,
he's moving.
I can
He's
see the
moving.
flames in the background.
Oh.
He's trying it. He did it on purpose.
Wow. Not really a lot to say about that one. Much like this album in general. Kind of meh. Not a lot going on. First favourite, Green Thumb. I think it just sounds nice. It's a nice sounding song. It'd probably be the closest that I would call to enjoying a song on the album. Because when it came on, I was like, oh, this is nice. And then it would go on to Laugh It Off, and I was like, oh, God, Laugh It Off, really? So, yeah.
Can I change my first favourite?
Oh, what, to Green Thumb? No.
Okay.
No, you could not change your favourite to one that was not even in your top three. No, I'm not having it. You know, if it was your second, you want to swap it around. You want to put one that was not even considered by you. And you want to stick to number one. Number one.
I'm sorry.
Bro's just got typed into his spreadsheet. He's just fucking pissed.
I agree completely.
Unbelievable.
But I love like the delay and just the.
You can't do this.
That's amazing.
I've never felt so shut down in my life.
That's unbelievable.
That is.
Do you know, I was going to have a little rant if I just had to adjust it a little bit. I mean, it's literally no work for me to adjust. But
all right, can I move Laugh It Off to number one?
No, you're not
Green Thumb to
changing
number
it, Joe.
three.
This guy.
why is morning still 2 then?
That's how I feel.
No, this is the album review. It's locked in. It's locked in. You've still got chance to change your rating because you haven't said that yet.
No, I'm sticking with that.
So, yeah. I mean, in terms of my actual enjoyment for the album, as I said before, it's better than the last one. But the last one was an absolute train wreck of an album for me personally. Like, and I remember when Will came on and was like, "This might be the best album I've ever heard," which is genuinely what he said. If you go back and watch it, he said that he was like, "This is on par with Hollywood's Bleeding." I'm like, "Fuck off!"
It's not but it's still good.
But like,
I can't remember any of the songs from it.
No, I can't. I can't remember a single song from that album.
That was
not on the album, Joe.
That's what I mean. Joe, what was on the last album? Without looking, Joe.
Okay, I
just saw you. I saw you.
I started typing it in. I typed in whole. So
you gave it an 8, Joe.
Right. So here we go. This is an 8.
I remember the song from that he did with Ollie Osbourne.
Right,
I was again on Hollywood's Bleeding.
That's the album before.
Wait a minute, it wasn't even on there.
No.
Oh, Joe.
That was the album before.
There's literally the song Hollywood's Bleeding.
Joe, if you can get any, I'll be quite impressed.
On what? On 12 Carat Toothache?
Joe, what about the album in between? That was 2 albums ago.
That was an album in between?
Yes, you gave it an 8.
This is what I mean.
This is what we're saying.
Right, Joe, let me try and give you some clues. Doja Cat.
It's not going to help.
I don't know.
I like you. I do. Wanna be a friend, go shopping in a Benz.
We're
I
talking
like
about
you.
the beer bongs one.
No, 12 carat toothache.
12 carat toothache. The one with the butterfly with a blade. 2022. Last year.
It had Wrapped Around Your Finger, which is a fantastic song. It had Lemon Tree.
I don't remember.
You all remember that song.
I remember how annoying it was.
It was in Joe's top 3.
I'm pretty sure it was in my top 3.
It had Wasted Angels.
Nothing else to put on the thing.
Wasted Angels with Kid Laroi.
What did you say, Joe? You rated it an 8? Yeah, you did. You did.
What?
Yeah, you should probably listen back to it. You'll quite like it.
It had the song.
I feel like that wasn't.
Do you feel like you were possibly biased, maybe, because of somebody else's hype in the group for being so excited about an album that was dog shit?
I don't remember any of these songs.
Really?
No.
What's funny is like listening to this album made me just re-add his first 3 albums to my
because they were just so
Apple
much
Music.
better.
Yeah.
Like, legit.
Obviously, I'm having to like start again with all my music. So I was like, when we were doing this album, I was like, fuck, all the other Post Malone stuff seems fucking amazing compared to this. So I was adding a shitload of Post Malone.
You're right, you're just staring at the floor.
That is the most forgettable album I think I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, weird that.
Yes. And yeah, I can't believe I rated that.
This is what I mean. This is the psychology.
Maybe
of
you need to listen back to it though, Joe. Maybe you'll be like, actually, I see why I gave it an 8.
It's a 10. It's a 10 now.
Maybe I really like it.
That's what
I'll
I
have to go back and listen because maybe I really like that now.
Oh, God.
I still really like it.
Now I want to go through more albums that you rated high, Joe, just to
see. To be fair, like I couldn't mention like half of the ones off like random albums I've rated. Well, like it would be so difficult.
Like ask me a Don Broco, I'm on it, and I rated those shit. So
saying that, Aidan, though, you rarely rate things like above a 6.
Exactly.
I feel like you would remember things.
Most honest reviewer, some might say.
Not honest. You're just hateful.
No. Honest.
You just don't like music.
Yeah.
No, and you just like the vibe, Joe. You like the vibe and company of people as opposed to the actual songs themselves.
No,
like, I'm looking.
You're saying no. You rated an album an 8. You don't even fucking remember. It was wiped off the face of the fucking earth, and you were like an 8. All because you know for a fact that you and Will had rang each other up for an album review. Like, oh my god, this album's sick, and Joe, yeah.
Like
that's
a reference.
The only reason.
Like, if I was to, I've just looked at all the albums Aidan's rated an 8 or above.
Oh shit!
And even I could probably remember a lot of the songs on all these albums. To say it quickly.
Yeah, a couple of honorable
Death of a
mentions.
Bachelor, Panic at the Disco.
Okay. Man,
Eden. I think.
I like the Eden.
Oh, I
one.
really didn't like that one.
Dermot Kennedy was actually one I didn't like, but Dermot Kennedy Without Fear.
Oh, that was fantastic.
That was the one that had Rome on it.
No, that song is so good.
Specifically.
He has a new
so
album
good.
out. Could do that.
5 Sauce, Harry Hudson, Panic at the Disco again, Lewis Capaldi, Taylor Swift.
Harry Hudson was fantastic. What happened to him?
He actually was really
that
good.
album was incredible.
I don't remember any of the songs.
Oh, I do.
Yeah,
See, maybe you don't remember.
No,
Cry for Love. I remember Wenema.
When I'm alone, when I'm alone.
Yeah, Luke Combs, Noah Khan, Mariana's Trench, Mayday Parade, Paramore, Shawn Mendes, Rival Sons, Panic at the Disco again.
All the albums that I've rated over 8, or like 8 or above. This is not a lot of albums.
None recent as well to be noted.
Well, I can tell you right now, there's probably not going to be another one today.
If it's any consolation. Sorry.
Is Eddie never rated a 10?
Yeah, I've rated 10 like 4 times, I think.
Paramore.
Yeah, 3 times.
Ed Sheeran.
No, not Paramore.
No, it wasn't Paramore. One of them was Yours Truly, because that album was literally flawless.
Yes, I remember that.
That was really good.
And I can't remember.
Issues?
Was it Rival Summers? Did I rate a Rival? No, it should be.
Issues.
was a 9.
Home Team was
not Issues. Issues
might
was
have been a Home
afterwards.
Team. Yeah, was it the Home Team? The newest
It was
one?
the Home Team, Slow Bloom.
Yeah.
I get mixed between Issues and Home Team. I feel like they're kind of just the same, but not the same.
That's racist. That's our racist switch.
They don't make very different, but I feel like we talk about them in the same way, other than the fact one's probably now a paedophile. Anyway.
Yeah, no, he is. Yeah, I've got to rip off my issues tattoo now.
If anything, more of Aidan's 10s are recent than not.
Whoa.
Like,
I mean,
Luke
in the
Pen's
grand scale of things,
it's obviously the trouble is we've slowed down an album review a lot.
Yeah, we really have.
It looks like it's recent in numbers, but it was really like for example, yours truly was over 2 years ago.
What?
That's mad.
Even though it was only
fucking hell.
Like
these songs still regularly come up in my playlist, and I listen to them. Like,
I haven't heard them in ages.
Man, like Siamese Souls.
So
what a banger!
Is it Composure?
Yeah, Funeral Home.
I'm pretty sure wasn't that the thing where we picked each other's albums that we thought each other would like?
It might have been.
And I picked them for you because I thought they sounded like Paramore.
Wow, do you think that's why I gave them a 10? Was I joeing? Was I like, oh my god?
Yeah.
Grow up, lad.
I remember Joe picked like Wage War.
All I remember is Denver picking the most fucking abysmal album for Joe. Like it was like Linkin Park. It was like the first Linkin Park album.
It wasn't originally Linkin Park. It was something really fucking like it was like
it might have been like Slipknot.
Yeah, so that week Will picked Dan and Shay for Aidan.
Oh, that was it.
Aidan picked Halsey for me. I picked Linkin Park for Joe, and Joe picked The Fame for Will.
I can't even remember
I don't remember them.
The Fame, State of Mind.
I think they were very, they were very like, what's that one that goes?
They're almost like the Hunter.
Fire. Yeah, exactly. That one. Oh my god, what the fuck is happening?
The Fame. I want to look them up now.
Tongue-Tied Humans. Summer's a Curse. To be fair, everyone rated it fairly decent.
Oh, hang on.
6 and 7s.
For some reason, The Fame is a Lady Gaga album. Is it not spelled like that?
F-A-I-M.
Fine.
It was the State of Mind. Yeah. Have they not made anything since?
No, apparently not.
Oh, they've had an album last year.
Damn.
They don't seem very active.
There you go.
It's just so weird. I'm just listening to it. I don't remember this at all.
Oh, they released a song this year, actually. Paralyzed.
I think it was one of those that I was listening to Def Havana and it came up on People Also Like.
Fair enough.
I remember.
Anyway.
I do remember it.
Anyway.
Yeah, sorry for the throwback there.
Well, yeah, wow. I mean...
How did Don Broker get mentioned in every review? It's just...
It does.
Culture.
Joe gets gaslit every review. That's true. The Plague was catchy. Didn't make it a good thing. Nice.
True. Yeah.
Sign Me Up is definitely my top 2. It's a good song.
Oh.
Don't give Joe the idea just to listen to an album he likes instead of the one he's meant to be reviewing. Yeah. I liked this album a lot more than I expected, to be fair.
Aww.
There you go.
Wow. That's the only one Will cares about.
I'm sure.
Yeah, that's the only comment he cares.
You're all welcome to your opinion.
Do scores numbers?
Totally not hurting itself.
We can do scores numbers.
Scores numbers.
I can't remember what I normally say. Ratings. That's what I normally say.
Scores numbers.
It's a 9.
9.5.
I don't know about that. Oh, 9.5.
Oh, you've duped me there. I already clicked onto Joe.
I'm going to have to lower mine just deliberately for that.
Go on, Joe.
It's an 8.5.
8.5. 4.
I would have said 4.5.
Jesus, they're brutal.
I think that's a decent score.
We're so different, guys. We're like you and me, Will. They don't understand us. Shut up.
What is this?
Honestly. What do you mean, what is this?
26.5.
Fucking, what do you mean, me? This album's kind of ass.
In your opinion.
Oh, great.
Love the Def Havana mention. Did you see
the difference is I don't mind when we're like, oh, this album's bad, this album's good, like that. It's when Joe's like, yes, mate, I agree. It's like, I'm like, oh, God.
I literally didn't do that.
Will, they're so wrong about this album.
He's not said any of these things.
I've not said any of these.
Run it back 5 minutes ago.
What?
I don't think we would have communicated much at all. We've just kind of gone. had our separate opinions on it.
Separate opinions.
This is gaslighting me again.
All right.
Are you telling me you've not spoken about the album once in the last month and a half?
Correct.
That is true.
We talked about it before we came on.
No, me and
We
Will.
did. I don't talk about it, Will.
That's what everyone was
That's
asking.
what I asked.
I don't understand.
But then
What's the next pick?
When it did first come out, when like the day it came out, me and Will were ringing each other, going, "Oh my god, wait until we get to this song. It's great."
See, this is what I mean. It's biased.
That was like 2 months ago.
But that's just sharing.
That's enjoying music.
Did you not know the album free rule is we can't speak about anything?
We can't have any.
apart
There's
from-
no fun. We can't have fun in album reviews.
I don't think we
Ultimately,
even picked it.
ratings. And once you've given me your top 3, unchangeable.
Fuck off.
Locked in.
It's
Solid. Oh, chance those bitches are moving.
Joe, is it a thumbs up or thumbs down?
Thumbs up.
forgot about that.
That's such a stupid thing. Can we stop doing that?
Yeah, we can.
No, I love it.
It's so obvious.
It's iconic.
It would say it's bad or it's good, isn't it?
Would you like to know we've been doing that trend for 14 months?
Oh my
No, we
god.
haven't.
No
And
way.
in that,
Feels like
we've
it's
only
gonna
done 10 albums. Probably less.
Yeah.
No, we've done
11?
11.
21.
Oh,
What, in 14 months?
Yeah.
Huh.
Crazy.
fair.
So, from one piece of shit album to possibly a good one that I'm not sure because I've never heard it before, we're going to be listening to Bailey Zimmerman's Religiously, full stop, the album, full stop.
Is it a
Can
Christian
someone
album?
copy that in the chat? Because how the fuck do you spell that?
I mean,
Which
to be
part?
honest, the minute you start typing in Bailey, it comes up on Spotify, but then you don't.
Yeah,
Spotify
Apple
anymore.
Music's terrible. You're gonna have to.
Yeah,
give
no,
more
it
help.
is.
Religiously, full stop, the album, full stop.
Bailey.
Bailey. Bailey.
Right, I've already gone wrong there.
Damn, he's a luscious looking man, isn't he?
I told you, he looks so breedable. Bailey, and then Zimmerman, as if you would expect to spell Zimmerman.
He looks like an
Mark
actor.
Zimmerberg.
He's an actor.
He kind of
No.
looks like the guy who plays.
From who was just on that train film
Yes, him.
from Hot Fuzz.
And the guy
Hot
who's
Fuzz.
fast, Quicksilver.
He was kick-ass.
This guy was kick-ass, was he?
No, not this guy, but the guy who this guy looks like was kick-ass.
I'm just reading his bio, and it's kind of bell-endy.
The guy
As a
who was
spellbinding
kick-ass was in The Bear.
storyteller. Sorry, Will, do you mind?
Sorry.
I'm looking forward to this album.
Is it the album
As a
Religiously?
spellbinding storyteller, sharp songwriter, powerhouse performer, and history-making, platinum-certified big boy.
God, it's another country album.
Yeah, kind of.
Loving the country as
And,
we're getting older. More and more countries going to go.
Soon I'm going to be racist. It's going to happen any day now.
And the gypsy. Love the Death of Anna mentioned. Did you see the documentary they made? No, I didn't.
No, I didn't know they make a they make a documentary.
However, me and Joe did see them live, and
They were awful live.
they weren't awful, but they were kind of dicks.
They were just complaining.
They were complaining
just like-
about doing a show of which
They
we
were
paid
like-
for, so fuck
Yeah,
off.
they were like, "Oh, we've been." They were like,
Dance Monkey.
"Oh, we're really sorry if we seem tired. Like we've been on tour for like 2 days, so like our voices are really knackered." They were.
They literally were.
I've been away for 8 hours. Fucking jog on.
Fucking tiny violin.
When Denver said perform Dance Monkey, I thought he meant the song Dance Monkey. And they were like, we don't even do that song. It's like, play Dance Monkey.
I do like Death of Anna though.
Just waiting to perform someone else's song. I
Bohemian
couldn't say Taylor
Rhapsody.
Swift, but play Love Story.
I've been here for quite a few and I only started the streams at the beginning of the year. Fair. It looks like if James Arthur was American. I can see that. And
No,
I saw them live. They were pretty good. I wouldn't say they were bad. I'd just say that the way they were talking pissed me off. They just didn't seem like very nice.
They didn't seem humble,
No.
you know? They're getting to live the dream while I have to come home and wank into a pillow.
Lovely.
You know what I mean?
How often do you replace that pillow? Like, do you just bin it or
never?
Always crispy.
Solid as a rock. If I punch that pillow, it'd break my hand.
That's so fucking disgusting. Final thoughts, Joe.
What's that?
Final thoughts. You know the
Did
thing
you
you
know?
did. Never mind. Yep.
Did you know that snakes have two peens? Two peen dick.
penite?